Today, let's talk about 3 things you must let go of in order to manifest money and lasting wealth and abundance. Stay with me. Welcome back to Choosing Gratitude. I'm Karen from ChoosingGratitude.net, and this channel is all about helping you manifest your dream life. So if you're new here, make sure you click the subscribe button and the notification bell and start to manifest your dream life by choosing gratitude. Lately, I've been getting a lot of emails and messages about manifesting money. It looks like a lot of people are going through financial problems. And obviously, globally, we're experiencing a financial crisis. And this crisis is impacting a lot of us. But let me tell you something. Remember, no matter how bad the collective situation is, there is always a way for you to find that inner light from within. And that light will shield you from the worst global situation. And you must find that light in order to create your own bubble of abundance. I am sending out energy of abundance every day to all of my Gratitude Tribe members. So make sure you click the like button and tell me in the comment below that you are open to receive the energy of abundance, okay? And let's all send out energy of abundance to each other. All right, so a lot of you come to me and you say that the reason why I don't manifest money is because I have a limiting belief that there is not enough money going around, okay? And yes, this is the number one limiting belief that most people are talking about, right? A lot of us growing up thinking money doesn't grow on trees and there's very limited resources out there and everybody is fighting against each other, just competing for that little limited resources. This is just the first layer of your problem, okay? A lot of times our inner psyche, our negative belief system has layers. It's like an onion, right? You open one layer and you find another one. It's just a lifelong journey to peel the onion. You're gonna open one layer and you're gonna clear something and then you're gonna see something else to be cleared. So lately, just through my work with some of the Gratitude Tribe members, my clients, I've been noticing some energy patterns that are really holding everyone back. And I'm starting to realize that actually your problem, your core problem is not just belief that money is not enough, but the root is much deeper than that. And I want to let you know these 3 energy patterns that you must let go of in order to manifest an abundant life, no matter what we're going through globally, okay? So the first thing I want you to let go of is to let go of your ego's game plan. What do I mean by that? Because there is limited supply, think about it, because you believe there is limited supply of money, your ego thinks that it's really, really smart. It'll create a complicated plan, a perfect plan to help you escape that limited reality, okay? And what does your ego do? Your ego will tell you, well, maybe you need to go out and win the lottery. Well, you need to go get a job that's like this and that. Oh, well, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. I'm not saying that you can't make money through these things. Obviously, there's plenty of people making money through all of these ways, right? So all I'm asking you to do is to stay open. Guess what? You might win the lottery, you might not. Actually, I've won the lottery 3 times, but I've never really tried to win the lottery. I never told myself, I think the way for me to make money is to win the lottery. Actually, just by doing that, you are making sure that you're not winning the lottery, okay? So it's not about winning the lottery. It's not about getting that dream job. It's not about, having to do that specific thing. It's about being really open and fluid and just flow with the universe. So it's okay to make plans. It's okay to, listen to what your ego has to say, but at the same time, you need to always be open to the divine. You know what? When the divine guidance comes, it's usually a very subtle urge. It's not something that's very, very strong and very pushy. That's usually just a very faint inner voice that tells you, maybe at this moment you should do this and that. And that's it. And if you don't do it, and then it's fine. That's what a divine guidance feels like. Instead of, oh, I have to go to school, I have to do this job, I have to send out 1 million resumes. It's not about these actions you're going to take. All I'm saying is, before you go ahead and take these actions, before you follow your ego's plans, you need to let yourself know that all of these plans are just means to an end. What is the end? That is being one with your divine guidance. And you can be there right now. And if you can step into the feeling place of abundance, of joy, of unlimited supply of the universe, then none of these things will feel so desperate. As soon as you start to feel desperate and you start to push yourself towards a specific game plan, that's usually the moment you're going to tell yourself, you're driven by your ego. You're not driven by your divine guidance. The second thing you want to let go of in order to manifest more money and abundance is to let go of comparing yourself with others. You know that you and others are all divine beings. And know that everybody has their own divine timing, okay? And it's actually very unfortunate that our society kind of pushes us into this cookie cutter system, right? Like at certain age, we all have to go to school, right? At certain age, we all graduate. And at certain age, we do certain things. So this system makes it so tempting for us to compare ourselves with others, right? But I want you to think about this. The moment you start to compare yourself with others, you're losing the game. Why is that? Because you and others have different divine timing, right? It's just like, in the universe, some flowers bloom early and some flowers bloom late. That's why there's diversity in the universe. And it's the same with you and others. And it's impossible to say, that person is a winner and you are a loser, or you are a winner, they're a loser. It's not like that. We are all loved. We're all winners. But we have different timing. There are times when this other person is making the money, or this other person is attaining the goal that you're setting out to attain. But there are also times where you're getting these things and they're not. But no matter what, when you're comparing with others, you either feel inferior or you feel superior. These feelings are not very different, actually. And a lot of people think that, feeling inferior, meaning that you need more self-love, and feeling superior, meaning you love yourself. And that's not true. Self-love does not mean you feel superior to others. Self-love does not mean you feel arrogant toward others. Self-love means you love yourself as much as God loves you, and God also loves others just as much as God loves you, okay? So when you come from the true self-love, when you come from the true divine guidance, guess what? You don't compare yourself with others, because you know you and others are one, and you and others are all divine beings with unique timing. And guess what? As soon as you let go of this comparison, you're gonna feel 1,000,000 times lighter. And you're gonna feel that, you're truly loved and supported. And once you let go of this comparison, then everything will become easy for you. Then, it'll be much easier for you to step into the energy place of abundance. And guess what? Once you're in that energy place, everything just comes to you. And once you're there, remember, don't start comparing yourself with others again. You are only comparing yourself with the past you. As long as you're making progress, as long as today you're feeling more abundant than yesterday, then you're on the right track. Even if you're not feeling as good as yesterday, guess what? There is always an opportunity to step into the energy of abundance in the next moment, okay? So live your life that way. Don't compare yourself with anything. Focus on this present moment and focus on stepping into the energy of abundance. Focus on your own vision and your own visualization. Just see yourself in that energy place. instead of worrying, oh, how am I doing comparing to other people like me? Because guess what? There's no one out there like you. You're unique, okay? And the third thing to let go of is to let go of your false attachment to time. What do I mean by that? You know, our egoistic mind always want to put everything through a straight timeline, right? Because our ego can't really perceive the truth that everything is happening right now. So for your ego, you know, there is always a time to do this, a time to do that. You know, when you're at this age, you should do this, and when you're at that age, you should do that, right? So I often hear people tell me, I'm too old to manifest my dream life, or I'm too young to want that. You know, in the eyes of your divine self, there is no age, you know. It's not like, oh, by this age you have to have this much money, and by that age you have to have that much money. It's not like that, because a lot of times it's really about just whether you step into the stream of abundance or not. I know plenty of people who make a fortune when they are in their early 20s, and then in their early 30s, they're broke again. And I also know people who are broke all their life, and then somehow later in life, in their 50s, 60s, suddenly they manifest all this abundance. So it's really not about where you are in life, but it's about where you are energetically, okay? So there's really just that one door between you and your dream life. All you need to do is to just open that door. So when you send out an intention to the universe, and that intention is divine, okay? I mean the true essence of that intention. Like, let's say you're intending more abundance. You want to feel free. You want to feel that you have control over your life. You want to feel like, you know, there's enough time, there's enough money, there's enough of everything. This intention is divine. And nobody is really standing between you and that intention but yourself. Now, the problem is that when you intend that, and then your ego starts to go around and make all these plans, and then you start trying and you start failing, and then you see that you start pushing yourself farther and farther and farther away from the manifestation of your intention. So it's very important to completely let go of checking, oh, how long I have been doing this, or how old am I, how young am I. Completely let go of the sense of time. Just detach yourself from the time. It's a lot like, you know, when you're cooking something, if you're checking every moment, is it done yet? Is it done yet? It's never done, right? But when you're not checking, you just basically set a timer and you forget about it, you know, before you know it, it's finished. It's the exact same way with your manifestation. And a lot of you are saying, well, don't you teach us to do the 33 by 3 method, like do 3 days, 5 days, 33 days, whatever, right? You know, all of these techniques are really helping you to let go of your false sense of time. Think about it. If you focus more on doing something for 5 days, your ego will stop chattering and asking yourself, oh, how long have I been doing that, right? You just basically put yourself in the system of doing this, you know, 5 days or 33 days or whatever. But you know, once you get too attached to that system, if that system makes you feel impatient or desperate, that means you need to even let go of that system, okay? So it's a very delicate practice. It's not about how many days you should do it or how many times you should say an affirmation, but it's about how do I feel when I do it, right? And sometimes when you put yourself on an autopilot, like you start a technique, you know, it's easier for you to feel that, you know, I'm onto something. So that's the purpose of those time parameters that are set in these techniques. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.